with G40 out of box. This is going to be UK turn number 4. And we'll start off with our purchases. So the UK, they have 24 IPCs because they got convoyed to death last round. And with that, they're going to buy 5 damage off of the factory in Persia. They're going to drop 2 tanks in Persia, which will take it down to 1 damage. They'll drop 2 tanks there in Persia, and they've got a transport as well. Now the Far East Command, they've got 8 IPCs because they got convoyed pretty good as well. And they're just going to buy 1 tank and bank 2. So that's the purchases. Let's go on to the combat moves. We'll start over here in the Far East. So we're going to take 3 infantry from Burma. And we're going to bring the 1 fighter from India, 1, 2, and he'll have 3 movements remaining. So he's just going up against that 1 infantry there in Yunnan. Next, we have 1 infantry that's walking into Iraq. So that's an easy walk-in. We'll go ahead and switch that over now. And fix that up here on the chart. So we're going to take the Italians down from 19 to 18, and the UK up from 29 to 31. All right, then that last battle of the 3 is here in Egypt. So this will be a fun one. So we've got the bomber coming here from Persia. It's going to go 1, 2, 3 with 3 movements left. The fighter from Persia is going to go 1, 2, 3 with 1 movement left. We have all of our 3 infantry and 2 artillery from Sudan going up in there. Plus we have our 3 aircraft over here in French Central Africa going 1, 2, 3. They'll have 1 movement remaining. So that's 2 fighters and a tactical bomber. And last but not least, down here in South Africa, we're going to pick up this tank from South Africa on the transport. We're going to move up to 72. We're going to grab the infantry from Kenya, and then we're going to go to 76 and 81 because of the naval port, and we're going to drop off there. So the attack, we've got a total of 4 infantry, 2 artillery, and a tank, 3 fighters, a tactical bomber, and a strategic bomber, all going up against 5 infantry, an artillery, a mech infantry, 2 tanks, and a German bomber. So, let's see. We got the dice over here. I think we should win the battle. The question is, do we take the territory? So, we'll find out here soon enough. Alright, so I've got the dice all laid out. And we have a total of, let's see, we'll start right up here in Egypt. So we've got 2 at 1, the 2 infantry at 1, 2 infantry promoted by 2 artillery at 2. We've got the tank and the 3 fighters, and then the tactical bomber and the strategic bomber. And we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry, mech infantry, artillery, 2 tanks, and German fighter. So we'll have to roll them separately. And then this one over here in the Far East Command, just since I'm looking at it, we've got our 3 infantry at 1, our fighter at 3, and our defending Japanese infantry at 2. So we'll roll that one together. And these here, this is a reminder for me to convoy Season 109. All right, so let's throw this on the stand. See if we can't get a good view of all of it here. And if you hear the banging, it's just because we've got a big thunderstorm going on here right now. All right, there we go. So let's start our attack by the UK in Egypt. Come on, baby. That doesn't look good. Oops. That was a miss, and both of my 4s missed as well. My 2's got 2 hits, and my 3's got 1 hit. So a dismal 3 hits there in Egypt. So put that there. And we'll go ahead and roll now for the Italian-German combined force. All right. Wow, all of their 2s missed. Look at all those 4s and 5s. They did almost just as bad. They got 1 hit out of all of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out 3 of the black dice for the Italians. And I'm going to take out 1 of the white dice for the UK. I'll save those for the next round. And here we go again. That one looks a little better. A lot better, actually. So that's a miss, that's a miss. So the 3 is a hit, that 3 is a miss. That 3 is a hit. These 3 2s are hits. That 1 is a miss, and the 2 4s are hits. So that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's perfect. That's exactly how many units they have left. So the Italians are dead, but they get to roll back. And the question is, how many units are going to be left? Not as many. So those are misses. That's a miss. We have a 2 hit, the 4 missed, and 2 3s hit. So we're going to lose 3 units. So we'll take another 3 infantry. So that means all 4 infantry are dead. All right. So there's the 4 dead UK infantry. And for the Italians, they lose their 5 infantry, artillery, 2 tanks, mech, and a German fighter. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put the piece of pie on there. And so over here on the chart, we're going to go from 31 to 33, and then for the UK, and then from 18 to 16 for the Italians. All right, next battle. We can roll this one all together. So the Battle of Yunnan. So we've got the 3 infantry at 1, the fighter at 3, and then the defending infantry at 2. Just need 1 hit, and we get absolutely 0 hits. Try it again. And there's a 1 hit right there, and another hit with the fighter, but the Japanese missed again. So the Japanese are dead. So we'll take that piece of pie off, and there's their dead infantry. And on the chart, we will go ahead and move, see the Japanese down from 41 to 40. Yeah, that's right. And the Chinese from 7 to 8. All right, so now into the non-combat moves. All right, so here we're going to take 2 infantry from Burma, and we're going to walk them into Shan State. These 3 are up here. There's that move. And then we're going to take, we're going to replace them with 3 infantry from India as well. I'll cover that up in the recap round here in just a minute. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to take all 4 infantry up. Why not? No, I'm double checking myself. I'll keep it 1 back. All right, one infantry back. That one's in Burma. Okay, that's it. Then the fighter here, he's going to go ahead and fly 1, 2 back to India as well. All right, over here, we are going to land all the planes in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, because they all have at least 1 movement left. So we have 3 fighters, a tactical bomber, and a strategic bomber, all landing there in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. Let's see, that bomber had 3. Yeah, I don't think he wants to go anywhere else. All right, next is here in South Africa. We have this 1 mech infantry. He's going to go 1-2 up to the Belgian Congo. And that's it there. And as I do a quick scan of the board, I don't see anything else that needs to move at this time. So let's go ahead and place our units. So the first one is we're going to take off 5 damage from the factory here in Persia. So there's just 1 damage left. Again, I use orange as 5s and yellows as 1s. So that's done. And then there in Persia at that factory, I'm going to go ahead and drop 2 tanks. And then the transport that I have for the UK, that's going to go up here in C-Zone 106. The 1 tank that I bought for Far East will of course go in India. And then the other 2 IPCs were saved for them. Alright, so we need to collect income. There are no national objectives for either side. So the UK is at 33 and the Far East Command is at 11. So add to the 11, we're going to add the 2 that we saved. So we'll have, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13. And then for the UK, we have 33, that's 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. However, we do need to roll for the convoy. So got that convoy in C-Zone 109, and there's a total of, I think it's 8 IPCs on the line, but it can only be a maximum of 6, and it's going to be 2. So we'll take off 2 from that, and so we're left with 31 for the next round. All right, let's do a recap. So, Shan State, we have 2 infantry. Yunnan, we have 3 infantry. Burma, we have 3 artillery, 2 anti-aircraft guns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry. In Burma, we have 1 infantry, 1 tank, 1 fighter, 1 anti-aircraft gun. In Persia, we have 2 tanks and 1 damage left on our factory. In Iraq, we have 1 infantry, excuse me. In Egypt, we have 2 artillery and a tank. C-Zone 81, we have transport. In Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, we have a strategic bomber, a tactical bomber, 3 fighters, 1 mech infantry in Belgian Congo. We have an infantry and an anti-aircraft gun in Malta. We have a transport in 106, 2 infantry and artillery and a tank in Quebec. And in UK, I was going to clean this up and I forgot. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 infantry, 2 fighters, 5 anti-aircraft guns, and a mech infantry, as well as the 2 French infantry and the 4 American strategic bombers. All right, that is it for the UK. The next up is the Italians. I really wanted to go after those transports, but decided that it's probably better just to take Egypt since he's only got 2 infantry he can even scoop up there in C-Zone 97. So, and he can't get there and back to Cairo anyways without his naval port. All right, and I did finally clean up at least the grounder stacks over here in the Death Valley. Yeah, the UK is still getting hammered. They've got 13 infantry and 2 artillery and 2 tanks and a mech infantry down so far, plus the 4 infantry that they just lost, plus all that huge pile of ships and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fighters and tactical bomber. No, the French are the French. The Germans are finally starting to lose some units thanks to the Russian counteroffensive. The Japanese, man, they're just bleeding grounders at this time. They've lost, I think it's 19 18, I guess, infantry so far, plus their, is it 3 artillery, or is that, no, 7 artillery, 2 mechs, and 3 tanks. So they're just getting destroyed there. The Italians are finally starting to take a hit, especially with that nice little pile that they just had this turn. And the Americans are finally on the board with 3 infantry gone. And the Russians took a good hit this last turn, so they're down. They're the ones that are down 19 infantry. But all right, we're off to Italian, the Italy turn. So good luck, Ron.